Hi guys, it's Morgan here today with you, and I'm going to be talking about how to open up about Tourette Syndrome. I know from personal experience when I was first diagnosed, I couldn't really talk about it with anyone. It took me a couple months, maybe 5 months, to actually start presenting and telling people about it. I presented to my 6th grade class, but that wasn't actually they weren't strangers. They weren't people at Target. They weren't people just out in public in general. They weren't just random kids at my school. They were my classmates that I've known since kindergarten to 6th grade. They weren't like I was going into 7th grade or 9th grade in junior high or high school. So they weren't new to me, and I was very comfortable with them. Just like I would be comfortable with my family or with those kids at my school that I've known for 7 years. Anyways, more skills and tips are to maybe just keep searching online. I know the more I research, the more confident I got with the facts, and the more just confident I got presenting it and telling it to people. Another thing is present to yourself in the mirror maybe exactly like you would present to a stranger. What I always did, my mom bought me a mirror one Christmas, and I would just sit in my room and, I don't know, talk into it like I was presenting about Tourette's and like I was making Tourette's videos, and it got me extremely comfortable in my own skin and what I was really dealing with and what Tourette syndrome really was. Another thing is give it time, get used to your tics. It could still be really fresh. You could be newly diagnosed. I mean, it's just a scary part in your life. Yeah, my tics were very loud. Most of them were vocal. So I was just scared, and I was just like, what? Because I've never done that my whole entire life. So I was just like really scared, and so just give it time, maybe talk to an adult, a trusting adult or a friend, ask them if you could practice presenting it, because there will come a day where you have to be independent and you will have to get up in front of your classes and go tell your teachers and tell your coworkers and tell your peers around you. You can't avoid it. Like me, I usually don't tell my volleyball team that I have Tourette syndrome, but I do tell my classes and teachers. The reason I don't tell my volleyball team is because I rarely ever have tics on the court, but when they're my hitting tics, I usually get very bad tics on the court. So my coaches already know, and they know instantly when they put me on a team. But my teammates don't know, and that you just have to tell them. There comes a point in everyone's life that has Tourette syndrome where you're gonna have to tell someone or a group of people that you have Tourette's, and your mom or dad or whoever that trusting adult is or a friend won't be there for you because, let's face it, they can't be glued to your side like your little Tourette's dictionary. Like, you have to research, you have to be comfortable with Tourette's, you have to be comfortable with your tics. It's just, I know I sound very repetitive right now, but it's all very important. And if you want to step up and improve on your skills for Tourette's and public speaking, and it really does boost confidence. Like me, I could get up in front of my classes and just present like no problem now. And honestly, your presentation doesn't even have to be long, but it could be. I know some people's presentations about Tourette's are like 6 minutes, 10 minutes. Mine are probably a minute or less. Honestly, I go up to the teacher, ask him or her if I could go present what Tourette's is, and they say, yeah, sure, no problem. And then I just stand up and I say, hey, I have something called Tourette syndrome. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's basically just where I make sounds and movements that I can't control. Done. Any questions? then people will ask me questions, and then I'll answer, and then the rest is history. We just know what goes from there. And for the most part, that always works. I never get any hate, or I never get bullied, teased, anything like that. So for the most part, it's worked. But if you want to put up a PowerPoint, be my guest. I mean, that probably works just as great, probably even better, because it actually goes into the depths of what Tourette Syndrome is. Now, I'm not going to sit here and really go into that today, but yeah, this is just a couple tips and skills to improve on public speaking and getting more comfortable in your skin, and just getting more comfortable with Tourette Syndrome, because it can be scary and it can be extremely embarrassing, and it can be just everything. It just could be all these emotions combined. So yeah, so these are my tips and skills of how to really just present what Tourette Syndrome is to a group or people or whatever person. So I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you next time. Bye!